Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophy. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, killing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
Yo, what's up and welcome to another episode of Speak Life Radio right here on GorillaCross.com, SpeakLifeRadio.com, the Gorilla Cross app, and every social media platform that we are on. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have a dope show for you today. Got my man Jered Sanders from God Over Money live on the line. We're going to be talking to him in a minute, talking about the new project, Black Friday 3, because you know what today is, James?
It's Black Friday.
Black Friday. So it's a good day to drop Black Friday 3.
It makes sense.
This is the third time he's dropped a Black Friday on a Black Friday.
Like Cream Thursday or like a Green Tuesday, nothing like that.
Nothing
Black
like
Friday.
That. Black Friday.
It just makes sense though. It's smart marketing.
Green Tuesday.
Green Tuesday.
Like frogs and...
Yeah, only like Kermit references.
Just Kermit.
Yeah, Kermit references all day. Yeah, man, but dope project, man. Super excited to talk to Jered. You know, we've heard him a lot on this show because a lot of people may, have done projects with him.
Doing features with Jered.
You know what I'm saying? And so now he can actually speak for himself, man,
Yeah.
and really put some music out that he loves it. And we know he's dope, but we don't want to say that too much. I'm not going to say it to his face.
Not at all.
I might mention it.
We will be playing a song or two from the new project and probably a video. I know he has a new video out, so we might be playing that as well.
Yes, sir.
But we are excited to have him on. We will be getting live with him soon. What we need you guys to do is download the Gorilla Cross app right now. You can watch and listen 24/7 positive hip-hop sports. We've been doing a lot with sports, too, so make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
We just had Chaos Williams from the UFC in the building on Monday.
That's big.
He was live here in the studio. I know Jamal Hill from the UFC, he's coming out here. He has a fight December 5th, so he's coming out here right now, so we'll probably have him in the studio soon as well. We've had Leonard Ellerby in the studio, so a lot of stuff going on Unnamed Sports Show. My other computer crashed, so I'm actually using the intro for Unnamed Sports Show to intro our show today.
Okay, that's all right. I'm feeling it, though. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen Jered Sanders' new album, you seen the cover, you know what I'm saying?
It did make sense, so that's why I wasn't really mad.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's right in line with everything. So we try to keep it a little fresh over here at Gorilla Cross, man. Y'all make sure y'all share the broadcast. If you're watching in the chat, we love you. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? We owe you everything because we are doing this for you.
Downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross
works
Radio.
now.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? Got the drops right in the middle. I just moved out of the way for it. But if you are watching, make sure you share the broadcast. If you're liking it anywhere on Twitter, retweet it, tweet it. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then make sure that you are always in the chat letting us know what you think. If you got questions for the artists that we are interviewing, let us know. We would love to ask those questions. But, we already got our own little conversations that we got going on, man. Big GOM artist today. Big dog Jered Sanders. I can't wait for this one. For sure.
Yeah. It's going to be dope. Listen, man, we are here live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. West Coast time, and every Friday, 2 p.m. West Coast time right here on GorillaCross.com and Gorilla Cross Radio. Please share the live video stream with your people. No matter where you're watching, man, we have it everywhere. So it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out right now. And we appreciate it, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Listen, we only have like 1 or 2 shows left for the season. So with that being said, make sure you guys tune in because we're taking almost all of December off.
Yeah.
And we will be back. Let's see. I think next Friday is our last show. So we have Tuesday and Friday of next week. And that's our last show.
That's it, man.
Until the 8th of January, 2021.
Yeah.
2021 is almost here, bro.
That's crazy. Like, because 2020 just kind of flew by.
Did it? Really?
And it's one of those. Yeah, it did. Like, because we didn't do much of, we did much of the same. If you were quarantined,
people
whatever.
People are saying this is our longest year ever, though.
It felt like long. I don't know, man. For me, it just kind of flew by. I do remember when it all happened, and then everything was the same, and so those days just kind of flew by, But I'm excited for what 2021 is gonna bring. I know some people had a really, really tough 2020. My prayers go out to everybody who has lost someone. I mean, we know this thing is real, but I do say that if you do have a great relationship with God, realize that nothing is by accident, and He still has a plan for your life, and you got to walk in that. You can't let the past dictate where your future is going to go. Continue moving forward. Continue believing in God, and you'll look back and say, the purpose was for this, or the purpose was for that. Hindsight is hindsight is 2020. That was cheap. That was low hanging fruit right there.
Pretty whack.
That was low. But it was good in the word point. But I'm entitled my message. Hindsight is 2020.
You are about to be a pastor, I could tell.
Yikes.
Pastors do that.
That's a lot.
Pastors think they're super slick, and it's like, come on, pastor. That would have been slick 20 years ago if you said it, but
right? But it only works if in 2021. So you got to realize your purpose, and then you got to realize God brought you through.
Well, it's like last year, from probably October to the end of December.
Yep.
2020 vision.
Yeah.
Have 2020. And you heard it
so
everywhere.
Clever.
And I would just scroll Sundays through live streams.
Yep.
Different churches, and they had the same type of typical. It's gonna be your year, 2020 vision. It was. But it was 2020 vision because everyone got to see what they really look like when things get shaken up a little bit.
You did get to see yourself on the inside. How do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with when things get tough? How do you deal with loss? How do you deal with being told no, or having to deal with like mask and stuff like that? You got to see yourself. Really, so if that was your 2020 vision, and I don't mind it, I guess it is a little bit corny when everyone's doing it, but at the end of the day, we do kind of look at things like I need a headline, and we needed our tag, and that was the tag for a lot of churches, 2020
Churches
vision.
can be really corny.
We can be.
A lot. Once again, if you guys are tuned in, please watch live video feed. We're not doing reviews today because I want to see how many of you guys actually support our show when we're not giving you free airplay. Because a lot of you are only coming in for real. That's what it is. I don't even think half these cats want reviews. And I've noticed like a trend with the review section.
Okay.
People are just sending music because they wanted to get played on the show. They don't really care about the review. They're not sharing the show anymore. A lot of these people are sending in reviews and not even tuned into the show to hear their review.
They just
so that to me is saying you're just trying to get some airplay.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, man. Our show, we only got 2 episodes left. We will be doing at least one more review show. But tonight we won't be because we're just going to be talking to Jered Sanders because he has a lot to say.
Yep.
We have a lot to ask him. So that's all we're doing today. If you guys don't like it, you guys are whack. You guys should listen to him because he's a better artist than probably any of you. And here's another thing, man. I'm a get on a little soapbox today.
All right, climb up there.
Christian hip hop. Here's the problem with Christian hip hop. There's no fans in Christian hip hop because what happens, all the fans turn into artists eventually.
That's a strong statement.
It's hard to find a fan that's not an artist. So we have a question when you join the Speak Life Radio group. Are you a fan or an artist? I would say 99% of the people say they're an artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
But their music sounds like they're just a fan.
Definitely should be put back in the fan box.
And not saying like don't try to be creative, but everyone sees like everybody wants to be a rapper these days instead of supporting the artist, instead of, being in the background to do. There's so much other stuff you could do in hip hop to support, to promote, to produce. There's so many other aspects we need.
Marketing.
But everybody wants to be an artist.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a lot of things in the hip hop genre in general, and specifically Christian hip hop, suffer a little bit. Because then when we don't support the fan that becomes an artist, now you're a hater. Oh, you don't support us. Christian hip hop is this, Christian hip hop is that.
You might not be as good as you aspire to be. And your fandom has kind of showed that. You get out here and you say, oh, I love what, God Over Money Crow does. I think I can do that. And doesn't realize that maybe that blessing ain't been put on you. Maybe you have the anointing of an agent. Maybe you have, maybe your ministry is throwing events. Maybe your ministry is promotion and street promote, like getting out there, or maybe you just don't belong on a beat at all and you need to be behind a pulpit.
But here's the thing, you have to know what you're called to do, and I think that's the issue, is people see the limelight and they want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're rapping for a hobby, cool. But I think more fans need to be fans because I think it hurts the genre as a whole a little bit. But anyways, man, that's my soapbox.
And that's not everybody
for the day.
Y'all out there.
Well, a lot of people. I'm just saying, like, there's not many fans of Christian hip hop that aren't artists as well, and I think that just listen, step back,
stand back and stand by.
Wow. We do have a dope conversation coming up right now. We've had this dude on a lot. This is actually our first video call with him. He was actually the very first interview of season 14 this year, very first episode. So we're excited to have him back on at the end of the year to see what he's doing. And listen, he looks totally different. I told him he's inspiring me.
Tell that story.
To, get in shape myself. Because, sometimes, especially when I have the beard low, you see the little fat all around, I never used to have a double chin. And it's, you
don't got it, bro.
It's a little McDouble.
It's not a double chin. Nah. No, it's real. When you do that, maybe. But, like, it's real double chins out there, and people be faking double chins.
But my thing is, I've always like had a super skinny neck, like a little too skinny, where it looked like if I twisted too fast, it'd break.
Be out here.
And my head was just like, but
why did I have a chicken sound attached to it? But yeah, he's definitely been inspired. But tell the story, please.
No, I mean, I told him, before the show that if I just quit, I usually lose 10 pounds if I quit drinking soda for like a month or two.
Yeah.
But then I was drinking and I had soda, but it's my last soda.
For how long?
No, it's the last soda I had today.
Got you. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify that. You said it very
I eat tacos a lot, like BRM said, tacos, pizza. That is a weekly thing on my diet, tacos and pizza. Taco Tuesday, how do you not celebrate? You guys are pagans if you don't celebrate Taco Tuesday. It's an unpagan holiday.
Wow.
Celebrate Taco Tuesday. You guys need to quit being racist. Just celebrate Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
First of all, it's a great holiday, but I gotta take some Taco Tuesdays off. It's too much, man. I tried to be more healthy this year. If I wasn't gonna be moving around as much, I definitely took the more healthier route.
We're about to get Jered Sanders on. I'm not sure where his camera went, so that's what I'm kind of waiting for. Jered, if you're there, do something with your camera because all I see is a light. I don't know if you fell off your computer stand or what.
So he fell off. Yeah, I think that I think it was very commendable, and I want to talk to him about the process of what he did. He was very open with that whole process, how he was working out and his routines, and maybe even the things he was eating. And he would show pictures of the scale every once in a while. If you follow them on social media, which you should, because it's kind of a great ride. It's inspiring to see somebody go from one thing, set a goal, and reach it, and still say, "Oh, I'm not at the goal completely," and and then to just drop some crazy music out of nowhere. Man, what as one of the artists who was definitely one of the top pins in CHH and even hip hop. Let's not even put them in the box of like, oh, I just talk about God. Like, nah, he can really get on the pen on a beat with anybody. So it's a great follow. He definitely won in the workout department this year. And what I'm saying, Jered Sanders is just a dope dude, man. But like I said, I'm not gonna say it when he gets on. Even though we can't find his camera right now.
No, we got him now. But yeah, don't give him a big head. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I am proud to announce that I did ghostwrite a lot of this project.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, man. Well, we know who to really give our flowers to. A lot of people in the chat right now saying, "Tell Jered I don't want no smoke." Yeah, you don't.
Only one person. Not a lot of people said that.
Nah, it's other people
Jered,
asking Jered questions.
Jered, we got you, man. I don't got no audio. Yo.
Yeah, we still got the audio.
I don't have any audio for you right now, bro. Nope.
Good now?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I pressed it. I don't know. These computers is whack.
Blaming the computer, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, user error is not fun.
I feel you, man. How you feeling, man? Happy Black Friday.
Yeah, I feel great, bro. I feel great.
Now, is this the third year in a row for Black Friday?
Nah. I was getting ready to drop Hope is Dope 2 last year.
Okay,
so,
yeah, that's right.
We kind of had to segue away from the Black Friday series at the end of last year. So we kind of skipped a year. So this is like 3 out of 4 years.
All right, dope, man. Yeah, that's right, because we had him for Hope is Dope 2. That was in January for episode 1 of season 14. But
right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So how do you feel about the project? It's out. You know what I'm saying? Another good one. How do you feel about, people getting a chance to listen to it now?
Oh man, it was fun. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, it was done in like, I don't know, like 3-4 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I actually recorded, like I had a challenge that I was doing. I was like, I'm gonna write a song a day for, a given period of time. And then what ended up happening is I wrote a song a day, and Aaron Cole challenged me to write a song a day for 30 days. I was only going to do it for like 2 weeks.
A full song or just a verse?
No, a song.
Okay.
A song a day. I said, I'm going to do a song a day for like 14 days. And Aaron Cole was like, nah, do 30, bro. And I said, okay, cool. So that's what I did. I did a song a day for 30 days. Just to kind of get in a mode of writing again.
Yeah. Kind
of like on training wheels and doing it. And then Black Friday 3 kind of came of it because I was like, oh, I'm there now. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how you catch on the bike or you're warming up for a workout and then that pre-workout kick in. Like that's what Black Friday 3 was. It was like, oh, we here now. And so that kind of took off and it was done probably in like, I don't know, 3-4 days.
Wow. That's a great writing process though, like, cause you got to realize that people you can't just jump on the track. You got to stretch first. Like I'm talking about like a running track. You can't just jump in the game. You got to stretch first. You got to get your stamina up and realize that this is a process.
Right.
So that's smart.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I kind of look at it a little atypical in that I believe that inspiration is a muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so if inspiration is a muscle, then you have to actually get to work in order to, turn things on. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work where if you haven't hooped for, 6 months, and you just grab a basketball and then you're just in game shape. It doesn't happen that way. Like you actually get reps in. You actually have to play for your muscle memory to kick in and all of that. So that's really what it represented for me. That's what mixtapes really are. So y'all should know for me, when a mixtape is coming, you know an album is coming pretty soon, because it's kind of getting into one of those situations where I'm like, hey, yo, so now my mind is switched on. You know what I'm saying? My mind is switched on and it's ready to go. So that's kind of where I'm at with it right now.
Let me ask you this. When you are done, when you're doing a mixtape and you're like, all right, the album is coming, has there ever been a time where you were like, I feel like I like the material on the mixtape, I was in a greater flow than it was album-wise? Is that ever come up?
Nah, it's because I kind of separate the two schools of thought. I look at a mixtape as an opportunity to show what you can do, and I look at an album as an opportunity to show where you are. So when you go in, it's kind of like playoff basketball is different than open gym.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You use your practice, you use your open gym to work on your moves. Like playoff time is where the lights come on. So for me, mixtapes are, open gym. They're those like AAU games that don't really mean as much.
Yeah.
But you get to really train and practice. And the album time is like, okay, the lights on. Now we got to really show people something when it counts.
Yeah.
And so albums for me are more updates on where I'm at in my life, whereas mixtapes for me are updates on where I'm at, like cardio wise, like where I'm at stamina wise, where the muscle memory is when it's time to work the pen.
And I think that's dope that you could differentiate a mixtape from an album, because a lot of people don't do that. And they put in the same effort into album they might put into the mixtape. And there is a difference between the two. A mixtape, you don't really necessarily need to have a theme for it. You're just flexing. You're flexing lyrics. You're writing whatever you need to write. Obviously, like most of the beats on a mixtape aren't your own. You use the mainstream beats and different things like that. And I think that's good. And I think a lot of artists need to know that, because sometimes I hear an album and it sounds like a mixtape. And it's like, bro, you can't do that. There's a difference between an album and a mixtape, and I think people really need to know the difference. So coming from an artist that's been doing it for a while, what would your best advice be to differentiate an album from a mixtape for an artist coming up?
I think the best way to differentiate between an album and a mixtape is to recognize that if you're going to do a mixtape, because everybody may not have the productivity rate.
Yeah.
Some people take 2-3 years to work on an album and never have any music in between. I guess I'm wired a little different. Like, I love the art and craft of rap. So like, I love to figure out new flows and figure out new styles. And sometimes the most amazingly lyrical rap records that work on mixtapes wouldn't work on albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't, because like I said, I'm trying to showcase and highlight where I'm at in life when I'm doing an album, because you want it to stick with people more.
Yeah.
Whereas, being able to get some shots up, being able to show all your little flows and showcase all of those things, like on the mixtape, like, it's gonna run, quicker. It's gonna burn quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why people who hop out of N1 and go into the NBA flame out. Like, it's not the same kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so ultimately, my mentality and what I would tell anybody else is, when it's time for you to do a mixtape, if that's what you choose to do, because it's kind of an old art form or a relic compared to depending upon who you ask, just understand that keep the songs that have weight to them for the album.
Yeah.
Like, don't use them on the mixtape, because when people are riding in their car or playing it at a basketball game, they're not trying to listen to, for the metaphor of y'all are J. Cole fans, they're not going to listen to Let Nas Down at a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be more inclined to listen to one of the radio singles that he has.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
Just great statements that's, just being made. I love that concept of, this is the open gym, and then this is the playoffs, or this is actually like a great season run, you know.
Right.
So by you saying that, like, because you definitely are in that like real life hip hop flow, right? Where mixtape, album, people don't really do that anymore. It's always it's single. We are in a single driven industry where it's like, I'm gonna just put this quick hit, get it, and thank you for the little streams. But you seem to be taking a different approach on it. Is that conscious to do that? Or do you sometimes feel like I might want to lead into the single dropping, you know, format?
I just rap when I feel like rapping.
Okay.
Like, it's just kind of like, I really don't try to make it formulaic that much. And I think, because I used to, you know, think like I had to develop a whole concept and create a whole flow, and like, oh man, I need people to really gravitate to and connect with the project. And then honestly, I just got to the point where, because albums, in the way I approach them, can take so much out of you emotionally.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I just want to rap for fun now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so honestly, that's what these mixtapes become. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I come from the era that came up before singles and, you know, just singles and that being the thing that you want to push. I came up, I mean, we were born before the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I do what I like. I make the music I like. I make the content I like. And I try my hardest to, even if I am going to be following a particular trend, to find my best way to fit me in it.
I like that.
So that it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, that sounds like that, or he sounds like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's pretty strong.
Talk to us about Black Friday 3, called Mamba Mentality. We know this year we lost Kobe Bryant, and then COVID hit, and we lost a lot of other people. We've lost a lot of things. We've lost a lot of work. We've lost a lot of jobs. I'm still trying to get my sense of smell back. It came back last night for 2 hours, and it's gone again. So that's why we were missing for a couple weeks, because, you know, I had a little Mr. C19 in my life happening. C19. But, you know, it felt like a little cold. I wasn't, you know, a lot of people got it way worse than me, but I still can't smell anything, which is getting on my nerves. But like I said, it came back for 2 hours last night. I'm like, yes, it's back. I smelled something for the first time in 2 weeks, and, you know, it's gone again.
I sent him a disrespectful text, and I felt bad about it after.
What'd you say?
I was like, yo, you like nose blind, like Dewey Cox?
That's kind of funny, though.
It just felt bad, because I'm like, he really just can't breathe.
But talk about this, you know, Mamba mentality, why you labeled it that?
Well, one, I was kind of riding the high of my Lakers.
Our Lakers.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Our Lakers winning another world championship, man. So, you know, I and then I think what really motivated, what clicked in my mind, was this picture of Rajon Rondo sitting on the center of the court with his phone.
Yeah.
And his son with the sparkling cider behind him. And that's literally what the Black Friday 3 cover is.
Yeah,
like
with your face.
Photoshopped it. It was gonna be like my son, but we couldn't ever get the face cropped right, so I was like, never mind. It'll just be me in the center of the court.
He's like, I'm cutting my son out.
Yeah. And ultimately, I was like, man, I feel good right now, man. I feel good. It's time to rap again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, I mean, I thought Black Friday 3 was going to be like 5 songs.
Okay.
But then I was like, because every other Black Friday's been 5 songs. But I was like, nah, shout to Kobe. We're going to make it Mamba Mentality. We're going to double up on them. So I was like, we're going to do 10 records just cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it that way. So.
And there's the cover up on the screen right now so you guys can see it. Right. That's not Jered's new body. That's Rondo's body.
Yeah.
With Jered's face. But you're close to there, though, right?
Joint hard. Yeah, for sure. I think me and him might be the same weight, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I was like, nah, we gonna do this Kobe thing. We work hard.
Yeah.
And I realized something, man. Like, I thought that my productivity was like normal or like industry standard. I thought it was normal. And then I realized I was nuts, right? Because I came into Christian rap 5 years ago. In that 5 years, I've dropped 10 projects.
Yeah.
In 5 years.
Wow.
And that same 5 years, I don't know if you can find anybody in the space that's dropped 10 projects.
We had Stephen the Levite on 2 or 3 weeks ago. He dropped one project. He just dropped a new project
like
for the
4
first time in
years.
5 years.
Right. And I just thought I thought it was normal for people to be that productive. And then I realized, nah, I'm like kind of loony. And so it kind of fit. Like if there was going to be somebody who was going to be like, nah, we're just going to make a mixtape and we're going to do another one and make songs. I figured like, oh, well, that's kind of what people have grown to expect. Like if I don't drop a project in a year, like people are legitimately surprised.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, nah, I missed 2019. Like I legitimately had the album done, but because December was approaching, Viz thought it was wiser for us to push it to January. So I would have had a project in 2019, but I was like, nah, since I can't do that, I'm gonna make sure that I, double up this year at least. And people kept asking, man. People kept asking. They were like, yo, so when's the next Jered Sanders project? I'm like, yo, I gave you an album in January, but it kind of annoyed me. And then, Kobe spirit kicked in, and I was like, all right, let's get it.
But do you realize they ask you that because you are so productive?
I have to accept that.
It's a little bit your fault.
Yeah, that's like, yo, it's your fault, bro. Like you're the one that puts yourself in these positions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had to accept that, bro. I wasn't trying to hear none of that because I'm like, yo, give me the same privilege you give everybody else, man. When they drop an album once every 2 years, y'all be like, hey, don't tell me in 6 months when the next one.
Yeah.
Then do you feel? Feel like? I feel like I know the answer to this question, but do you feel like the industry was more like you, or do you feel like you were more like them and kind of had that leeway to kind of chill back a little bit more?
I feel like, honestly, I don't really try to compare too much to what's going on in the industry per se. Like, I'm just like, eventually I got to the point where I had to just accept that I'm a person who makes a lot of music. Yeah. That's it. So people, people are just going to accept that because I believe that one of the real talents and giftings that I have is to write. Like I'm a writer. Yeah. Like as far as productivity is concerned, that overflowing is just a natural thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to happen.
And I like the fact that with you writing so much and being so active, I feel like there's a lot of artists out there that you can tell they don't love doing music. They do it because they're trying to make some money, because they want to keep their name out there. They want to stay in the limelight.
Right.
When an artist makes that much music and doesn't like putting the pen down, doesn't like not writing, doesn't like not putting out music, that artist actually is doing it because they love music. Yeah. And I think as a fan of music, I'm more drawn to an artist like that I know he's doing it because he loves the art of the music. Yeah. He loves writing. He loves the metaphors. He loves the bars, as opposed to somebody that I know is only putting out music. And I know a lot of people, we've even interviewed some people that I know they'll put out a project when they're broke. Yeah. And that's it.
They're just doing it for the money.
And they don't love it. They don't love it. And me as a fan of the music, I love it. So I want the artists I listen to love it the same way, if not more. You should love it more because you're the artist delivering that to us, And right. I really respect you for that. And you could tell that you love the music, you love the art, and you love the ministry behind it as well.
I can't help it.
Right. Yeah, definitely I do, man. It's just, I honestly, I'd be lying if I didn't say that there are difficulties, right? And the difficulties really aren't from outside forces. It's just like now I've created a standard of expectation for the potency of the pen and the clarity. And so literally sometimes I feel like there's a legitimate pressure to outdo myself every time or try to find a way to give people something new to look at, you know what I'm saying? So that it's not always they're so that they don't always have to feel like it's time to compare what I'm doing to something else.
Yeah.
Or compare it to my old stuff. So the challenge for me is always, okay, like for Black Friday 3, I don't know if y'all peaked, like the emphasis for me is to try like new rhyme patterns and cadences.
I kind of did catch on to that.
You say what?
I did catch on to that. I felt like, okay.
It was like, let's try some new stuff. Like even the triplets and the flow patterns. I'm like, yo, let's like I legitimately don't listen to, especially when we do mixtapes, I don't listen to the original song.
Good. Yeah.
When it's time to create, so that I'm not influenced by what they're trying to do. Like, and every now and then you'll pay homage to it slightly, but overall, I'm like, nah, I'm going to rap like I rap over this beat. Kind of like I got this joint from a producer and I just decided to rap over it. Like, and so that's always the challenge. And the emphasis this time was to find, like, if I'm going to do a punchline, find an innovative way to do it. If I'm going to do flow patterns and double time in the flow, let's find some cadences and pockets that generally people don't think about, you know, and I looked at that as a challenge.
And I like that because you, like you said, you wanted to experiment with rhyme patterns. You wanted to experiment doing other things, but it was still Jered Sanders. You didn't sound like you were trying to be, like you said, the artist on that original beat. Yep. You didn't sound like you were trying to be what's hot out there right now, but let me experiment and still be me as an artist. How do you do that? Because that has to be challenging, because I know a lot of people try that and they end up sounding like someone totally different, and it's like, I don't like you sound like that. I'm a fan of you because of this. Yeah. And you pulled it off on this mixtape. You still sounded like Jered, but just Jered doing some different stuff and creating a new little flavor on top of what you already have.
Well, I think at this point I've kind of established like what people can expect from me. Like I've kind of established like I don't know, like 5 years in now, I don't do retakes. Like I know what I want to do the first time.
Yeah.
Like, so like when you get something to you in a recording from me, it's because I fully understood what I wanted to do when I went into the booth to record. So the reason I think you get a genuine authenticity, what did the homie Fonte say one time? He said, you know why people have writer's block? Is because they telling a story that ain't theirs.
Wow.
Like, and so for me, like, I'm like, nah, this is the reason it sounds like how Jered would do it is because this is exactly what I'm doing.
That's
and
dope.
I'm meaning for it to be that way.
No, that's dope. That's dope to actually know your voice, and then when you're out there spitting it's very authentic. I know that sometimes when I write, if I know the beginning, end, and the middle of everything, then it just comes out very easily. There's no effort that is there trying to figure out, well, what would it be like to sell packs on the corner? That's not what I did. So why would I try to tell a story about that? That's pretty smart, man.
Right.
All right, what I want to do right now is play a video from the new project, WizKid Freestyle. Tell us about this track here real quick, man, because it is one of my favorites off the project.
When I heard the What's Poppin' beat, right, originally, I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. But then I was like, but I would have did it like this. Like, I would have legitimately been like, hey, y'all want to see why Biz signed me? Because it's so funny. Like, I posted this on Instagram today. Like, we posted a video today, and somebody was like, yo, Bizzle, you should sign Jered. And I was like, yo, people they really don't even know that I'm signed to GOM. They just think Biz is being a kind person.
So they weren't even being sarcastic. They were being serious.
No, they were being dead serious. Like,
that's funny.
So for me, I'm like, you take the opportunity to reintroduce yourself in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So everything becomes like a first impression opportunity. And I'm like, yo, if I'm going to use a beat that people are familiar with, let me make the memorable version of it so that people don't ever have to question whose it is.
Yo, at the very beginning of this video, I thought you was about to fall, but I let the other people see it.
We're gonna watch this right now. This is Jered Sanders WizKid Freestyle right here. Black Friday 3 is out now. Make sure you go get it. We'll let you know where you can get it because it's not available everywhere yet. We'll talk about that and why, right? When we come back, Jered Sanders, God Over Money. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, y'all want to know why bitch signed me? WizKid. Yeah. Hey. Turn to the mythological, spit you a list of chronicles with the follow through, drip in the midst phenomenal. It's methodical, skipped and you missed the prodigal. This in the mental hospital, ayy. Sick with it, this impossible, ayy. Liquid and lick the popsicle, whip with a list of fossil fuels, ayy. Yeah. Stay right there. Stick with the mission, the predicate felons who serving the sentence. I'm telling a message, you live with a sickness. The word is a weapon, the living is wicked. Don't call it a blessing. He gave you a lemon, you wanted a melon. You wanted to pick and he said to develop. He gave you the script and you steady rebelling. The brody is telling. Played the vision, ascended to heaven and said that he coming again. Yeah. They needed to prep it and set for the wedding so we could be one in the end. Yeah. They need you to tell it, they want to rebel it, they missing the sun in the end. Running the sin, mudding your tens, fronting for trends, stunting for men. Don't gotta see him to know that he work. You know if he breathing, he knowing it's perfect. Homie, you need him, he worthy of worship. Follow the leader and curving the circus, yeah. Hey, don't gotta live as a fool, yeah. That would be gripping the toolie, but I'm with the rocket, little homie, a groupie. Nothing could move me, hey. You need a bigger gun and a bigger legion, a bigger run with a bigger team, and a bigger drum with a bigger scheme. Cause a bigger guy got a bigger defense, bigger eyes make a bigger event. If you call that cap, double back to the league for a couple seasons. Why the world go nuts when the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead in? Throw the church plate and the fish fry, old boy preaching. Man, I'm a deep thinking, street deacon, reach heathens. We teaching to the world with a and it's heat seeking. Aim with the force, name of the Lord, bang with the flame and the sword. Train for the war, came for the change in the course. Aim with the torch, lane with the flame was the course. Danger, the force, blame and the stain that he poured. Name that he bore, came and he reigns and he wars. Breaking the same chain that he wore, then he blanking the score like magic. Yeah, switch that name, I feel like give me that game, I feel like skirt. If it's like Burr, I give my shirt. He be like, I quit my search. Yeah. Then he like her, I give my church. Yeah, and I give my perks. Hey, God Over Money. Yeah, what's poppin'? I ain't gonna miss y'all nonsense. I ain't gonna trip off gossip. I ain't gonna switch my content. Hey, yeah. And I ain't gonna trip off profit. Tripping off his, that's toxic. I'm God pick, like, yeah. Hey, okay. Yeah, Jay. Said, I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. And it's God over money, cause in God I trust.
Yeah, that's Jered Sanders. Black Friday 3 is out now. WizKid freestyle. Make sure you guys check that out. Listen, man.
It's nasty.
I want to see you rap on stage with a biscuit in your mouth.
Word.
That looks like a fun video to shoot. And we do video reviews all the time on here. And that's what I try to convey to artists. If you don't have like a big budget to shoot a video, if you're not trying to spend a lot of time shooting a video, do something that's fun, do something that's creative. You shot that in your house, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was dope. It keeps your attention. You have the lyrics on there that people can follow along because a lot of people can't listen to lyrics.
Yeah.
They don't even know what you're talking about half the time. So they have, being able to follow along helps them. But I thought that video was super dope, very creative. I liked it, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Who shot that?
My homie Wes. He did the last 4 too. Day 1, 2, 3, 4. And we really wanted to keep with the vibe of one take videos. Like the only reason WizKid didn't run like a one take is because for whatever reason my wife decided she wanted to watch church on the television. And I had the joint in my phone. My phone was in my pocket.
Yeah.
To the record. And so when we got past the TV where the music was loud, I was like, I don't even know what part of the song we're on right now. Like, so it got to the point, because that first take was fire. Like that first take was fire. And then I got to a point I was like, yo, I can't even hear. Like, so we just gonna like chop it and like and it worked out that way. But yeah, like the homie West did it. I think we shot all 5 videos in like, I don't know, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because we was able to kind of organize what we wanted to do, simplify the process, and get it done that way.
So it's more videos dropping soon.
Oh man, we ain't done.
Talk about it.
We ain't done.
Nah, man, it was a really, really great, and it was fun too. You know, Quan said we talk about people who do performance videos or just like lyric videos and things like that, you definitely made it your own, but you still had the B-roll in there. I like the little smile montage. You smiling next to the wife, smiling next to the babies, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat a piece of the food and everything like that. Like that was really, really dope, man. But it showed you. It stayed authentic to you. And you can know where your steps are to make sure that you still rapping on beat, looking at the camera, and don't miss one. Because I was afraid for your life, brother. I said he's done so much to get so healthy to now going to the hospital.
I told my wife I did an inventory. Like I know exactly how many steps are in the house.
Yeah.
Like in the event that, and really it's for protection, right? Like if somebody ever broke in, like I know how many steps we have. You know what I'm saying? So I know that if they're going up these stairs one at a time in pitch black darkness, I know where they are.
Yeah.
Like, and so I look at it that way. Like, so when I was going down the stairs, I had to do it like 4 or 5 times, man. Like, so like I had it in my mind, like rapping and thinking about how many steps there are.
It's not easy, bro. And it was kind of like one of these like, it's in the time too. We know what 2020 was. It was one of them quarantine videos. It's just me at the house, you know what I'm saying, watching church with the wife. She cooking, the kids is eating, or they doing work at the table. Like that was super fly, man. How has this quarantine been for you and the family?
The family has been great.
Yeah.
It's been a adjustment period for me because you realize how adaptable you have to be, right? So for me, for the last couple of years prior to COVID, it was very formulaic in the approach. It was like music, merch, album release, video shoots, tour. Music, merch, album release, video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like that. So when COVID hit, it was like music, album release, merch. Oh, there's no tour. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing coming. So like I literally had to like think, okay, there's an adjustment period for people that had online businesses, right?
Yeah.
Because the initial thing that you had to approach was like with tact. Like how many people actually even have money?
Yeah.
Like, is it even considerate? Like when everything shut down.
Well, real quick, we found out a lot of people had money when that PS5 dropped, though, bro.
Right. It's true.
That was kind of embarrassing because I promise I had people on Facebook that were doing GoFundMe's that were, man, me and my wife were broke. Man, can anybody help? And then a month and a half later, you're buying a PS5, bro.
Hey, man.
Block them.
Blocked them?
Oh, yeah, I had to block some people for that. My wife came through with the PS5. It's like, yo, you and your wife were just on Facebook Live 2 months ago talking about how much of a struggle it is, and you guys both lost your jobs. And come on, man. People got money. People got money. That's what I realized when the PS5 came out.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you just got to be able to assess like the squeeze, right? You got to be able to assess like when is it time to push and when do you look inconsiderate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and what happened is capitalism kicked in and people started making COVID masks and stuff like that, which I was never really comfortable with.
Gotcha.
Because I always felt like, okay, this is a need, and I'm about to sit up here and try to like profit off of somebody's need in that capacity. So I never did one. But needless to say, it took me assessing like, okay, should I keep like buying merch in bulk and selling it out of the crib, or should I like decrease that so that I can make sure that everything that we need in the crib is taken care of, right? So I made a stewardship decision to say, okay, we're gonna slow and just get the inventory that we have out in the crib, like out, and then worry about re-upping on that. And then I will recalculate how I'm going to go about presenting content to people. So sometimes it takes time to like really assess and process because you don't know, like social media algorithms change all the time. Like
all the time.
People's work schedules change. Everything was fluidly changing.
Yeah.
So I took this as an opportunity to be a student.
And see, I like that, Jered, because so many people, they got everybody in 2020, right? Everyone got knocked off the routine.
Yeah.
Right.
But so many people didn't know how to adjust. And I think that's something that God was teaching all of us through this process is, listen, I've given you all the tools no matter what. just because the routine gets shaken up a little bit doesn't mean your life is over. Doesn't mean life has to stop. How are you going to adjust? And I think 2020 was a big test for a lot of people to see how we're going to change things up. How are we going to do things different? How are we going to learn? Are we going to panic? Because a lot of people are in panic mode. And when I see that in the church, when I saw people in the church in panic mode, that's when I was like, yo, you guys aren't reading the same Bible that we are, or you're not reading it at all, because panic mode should not affect us. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you might worry a little bit, but it's time to adjust. And so many people didn't adjust. And I've mentioned it a couple times, but I've been doing better in the pandemic than I was before financially, because I chose to adjust. I chose to do things different. And like you're saying, it sounds like you did too, where how do I do things different now? I got to do the same things. How do I do things different?
Right. And I think, you know, the natural common sense requirement that I think people never really have, and this is just from a mentality of the hustle, is like, when you know the money is coming in slower, that means you have to spend less. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to think about it like, all right, if we in a drought, it would behoove me to be wise and not blow 1 million bags, like that you don't know if you're going to be able to recoup. Like, sometimes you prepare for those that way. And so for me, I looked for ways to cut costs. So that if there was a real strain after an extended period of time, like, yo, our mortgage getting paid, you know, our car note, our insurance is getting paid, the kids are able to take care of what they got to take care of. We just adjust. And then when things reopened and flourished again, like, what I started to do is say, okay, so now in this age, because everybody's home, content, you know, for lack of a better word, content is king. Like, you may not be able to have shows with people in attendance, but that doesn't mean you can't create a show experience. Like, people are just used to the overhead that comes with, you know, throwing a concert or throwing a show and all of that. And for me, I was like, after sitting back and watching, I was like, nah, you don't need that. You need a camera, you need a space, you need a vehicle to broadcast this material through, and you need to make a dope show. Like, you don't have to do what everybody is used to doing conventionally. So for me, it was a good year. I'm not gonna say it was a good year for learning, and I'm coming to knock people's heads off in 2021. Like,
and the thing is, are we all gonna learn from this year and take those things where it's like, listen, do we spend money on stuff we don't need to spend it on? Are we good stewards of our money? You know, can we take that and when the economy's back up in a couple years, are we going to be able to take that and learn from that and be like, you know what, next time if this happens again, it's not going to be a bad thing because I'm going to have money stacked away. I'm going to have resources stacked away already. I'm going to have toilet paper already in my cupboard so I don't have to go out there and stab people in the neck for a roll of toilet paper. You know what I'm saying?
Toilet paper violence is definitely up 1,000%.
And that's coming back too.
Right. And I think that in the world full of darkness, the people that know how to make a fire with 2 rocks gonna be able to survive.
Say that.
Like it's like ultimately people have gotten so comfortable with the conveniences that we possess. And like, you learn the people, like, what did they say? If everything shuts down, it was like a quote in a movie. Like, if everything shuts down, like, people will eat each other. And it's like, yo, they ain't gonna eat me. Because I know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to do things when everything goes wrong. Like, and you have to be prepared for those things. Like, contrary to popular belief, like, you actually have to prepare for a drought while it's raining. You know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, that's what it's got to boil down to.
That's even biblical. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of times in the Bible where, you know, you will have a flourish. It's feast and famine, but you will have a flourish. But in the time of the 6th year, you're supposed to prepare for that 7th year of drought. You know, don't think you just can get it all together in one fell swoop, man. I think that's super smart. We must realize that this 2020 has shown us that things that we gain this year will never go away. Some of the things will scale back, and a lot of times when the pendulum swings, it swings really far left or far right, but it always comes back center. But we pick up stuff along the way.
Right. And you learn what you need.
You
know, ultimately you learn what you need. And if people haven't learned the needs that they have in their life through this, they'll never
Well, I know that first month I made some money stretch that I don't know how it stretched. You know what I'm saying?
You don't realize it.
And the whole time, that whole first month or two, you know, the Jesus feeding 5,000 with 5 fish kept coming to mind because it's like, yo, you're making this stuff stretch that really shouldn't be stretching. You know what I'm saying? And it was. Right. And you, like you said, man, you learn how to adapt. You learn how to, and then you do realize how much stuff you just buy to buy. You just throwing money around like you don't care until
Right.
you have to like really be strategic with every dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, you start learning that. And I hope we take away from what we've learned this year.
Me too, man.
I really did think this was going to be a year where people treated each other better because of we are all going through the same thing. And it is kind of sad that I didn't see that. I feel like people
Not too much, right?
honestly treat each other worse now.
Yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed in that. I you know, but I hope we could all take what we've learned from this year and be better.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's after the storm people will emerge a little bit better? Because it's hard to treat people the same when you don't know if they're – I'm going through it too. It's tough. This has been a definite year that it's been depressing for some people, or most people really. But do we get better after the storm?
Well, you know, I would ask you that. Like, I mean, just think about the trend.
Yeah.
Like, think about how we are in our personal lives. Like, when we come to a storm, you know, we're like begging the Lord to like get us out of the storm, right? Help us out of the storm. It's raining. Like he don't already know, right?
Yeah.
And then like we're begging and pleading to be out of this storm, and he finally like lets the clouds go away, and then we're like, oh, the clouds are away. Time to go back to normal again. Like, and so ultimately, I really don't expect humanity to universally have grown. After
really,
like, I really don't.
Oh,
like,
tough,
I think that because people naturally I believe are self-serving, selfish. They want what they want. So, you know, I think the industries that they used to patronize will fundamentally be different.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the people themselves will be fundamentally different. Like, you know, and we see it all the time. You see people trying to flaunt their liberty every day. You know, I ain't wearing no mask. I'm not going in this thing. I'm going into this restaurant. Like, so you're seeing it now. Like, they're like, yo, I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So
you know, the veil and specter of a virus or a pandemic disappearing, they just gonna go back to normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and isn't that biblical on how people will act in the last days?
Yeah, I mean, it's consistent. The heart of man, the wax cold. It's consistent. So like, I don't like get upset with people for it, but it is also like,
it's hard to see.
Doc, this how we gonna do? Okay.
And I was hoping for more of a flip. Like, I remember when 1 October happened out here in Vegas, there was a great like 3-week span where people were just generally like, we had each other's hearts at mine. And, you know, I didn't feel like it was a sense of racism. And this is what I felt on the ground in Vegas. Maybe it's my own personal experience, but people were more caring. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Or what, like, and I don't even know these people, you know, willing to let people go by you. Oh man, no, you go first, and less honking happening and road rage and all kind of stuff was happening. And it was after this huge thing that affected most of all of the city of Las Vegas, right? So I would think, oh man, after this happens, you know, I'm expecting events like a Hug Fest.
But
like,
here's why I know that doesn't last, because we dealt with that same thing during 9/11, and 3 weeks later, people were going and they hating each other again, and they were rude again, and that's why, you know, when
not lasting though, but
no, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't last because people are hateful. So you'll get it for a little bit, but that's the world we live in. It's not, you know, that's not going to change, and I wish it would. But my thing is, individually, we need to change. As Christians, we need to be the light.
Sure.
We need to quit telling the world to be the light. We need to be the light. This is the time, and that's why I was going back to my point of Christians panicking during the pandemic. I was disappointed because so many people were so worried, and it's like we are supposed to be there when these things happen as Christians to show the way that we've been preaching forever when everything's good, right?
Yeah.
But then when that adversity hits, that we're supposed to lead them to that direction, because a lot of people were searching for any kind of hope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I saw so many people not directing them to the hope.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And hope is dope, by the way.
Indeed it is. Like, it's not a, and I really don't speak with pessimism or skepticism because I just think the worst of people.
Yeah.
It's just consistently man through history has shown us who they are.
Sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Like to expect something out of their nature
Yeah.
without Christ.
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And so I think my expectations for them may diminish, but I'll say this, even though my expectations for them diminish, I think my empathy increases though.
Yeah.
Like, because I kind of know, like, oh man, you just don't know, huh?
Yeah.
Like you really don't, you don't even know what you're getting into right now. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
How's that reflect in your music? Because, you've listened to this mixtape. I'm not confusing you with somebody that I'm not sure if he's a Christian or not, which
Yeah.
about 70% of the Christian music I hear in Christian hip hop, I don't know if they're really real, because I've experienced so many times that I think someone's real and then you find out, no, they're not really. I'm not sure if they ever were. I know they're not right now. How does that reflect in your music? Because you can tell that you are, what you preach.
Well, I've always tried to be balanced, man. I've always tried to be balanced. Like, I got a clip for the streets and a clip for the church.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm like, yo, there's an intellectual inconsistency. Like, I say this, like, I despise intellectual inconsistencies, right?
Yeah.
Like, I despise it. So when I hear, people on the internet being like, I'm not wearing a mask because it's a measure of faith. And I'm like, but you wear a seatbelt though.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for me, like my music has always kind of been weighted, like Christ is what matters. God is what matters in this circumstance. Like, I'm willing to give you a chapter of my life to tell you why I believe God is good. Because of what he's shown me through these experiences. Mm-hmm. And, take from it what you will. Like I can't force feed you anything. Like a record on Black Friday 3, like Evolution. Like, listen, I said it, like Trump supporters, Biden supporters, all of them sound crazy. Like, when I really weigh it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, are you listening to what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, so it's not really to say, y'all are wrong for what y'all believe, but if you're saying that your position is right versus the other position, I'm like, how can you say that though?
Yeah.
Like, how can you say that with boldness that there's a position of righteousness on one side and there's a position of, demagoguery and hatred on another one.
It's a good word.
I'm like, yo, go sit down somewhere. Like, because I'll tell people, like, when Obama was president, whether I agree with all his policies or not, I was telling the church, y'all still got to pray for him, though.
Yep.
Like, when Trump became president, I was like, why y'all not praying for him, though?
Yeah.
Hey.
And like, you got to be, I'm mad. He's a racist. It's like, okay, so you stop praying because you don't like him?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So my position has always been consistent, and that is something I can honestly say. Like, they could check the record on everything I've ever said on Wax. Like, I challenged Black Lives Matter when they was on that wave.
Yep.
Like, I challenged, white supremacy. I challenged racism. I challenged the church and their positioning with the poor. And, like, I challenged the church's view on the hood. Like, I challenged, like, the police who out here trying to knock on Black people because of, like, I've always been consistent in that regard.
Now,
so,
do you ever get to the point where, it's cancel culture, cancel season all the time, that if you say the wrong thing to the wrong group of people, that all of a sudden Jered Sanders is going to be in the news being canceled?
I'll tell you what, you can't cancel something you ain't built.
100%.
Like, at the end of the day, I didn't get this platform from people that chose not to cancel me. So like, there's nothing that people who want to cancel me can do. Like, and I don't know, maybe it's just some grown man energy that I give off. It's like, yo, I said what I said. Like, you don't have to like it, but you do have to understand that when you look at my resume and when you look at my background, I rolled for y'all on matters I thought y'all were right for.
Yeah.
And I disagree with the people that you opposed. So don't sit up here and try to act like you could broad brush me in there with everybody else. Because I'm not him. But if you don't like what I said what I said. Like it's like take what you get. Take what you get from what I said. If you want to parse it, if you want to manipulate it because your feelings were hurt, cool. I guess that just is what it is. Maybe you'll catch me on the next time.
Isn't cancel culture one of the most annoying things though? Because I feel like the people canceling are people that act like they don't have dirt of their own. They don't say wrong things. I feel like it's a cover up for things they might be thinking. Let me cancel these people and get all over social media and try to dog them out.
But cancel culture is fake.
It is.
There are very few people that have ever been canceled by the culture who actually got canceled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, last time I checked, Tory Lane's still out here doing shows.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Court date and everything.
I mean, they're trying to cancel Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying?
Like, last time I checked, Ice Cube is still out here getting royalty checks from all of the movies that he's done.
Say that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds cool to say cancel, but it's like, yo, like, when does cancel culture start to realize within itself that you really don't have the power to cancel what you think you do? Like, we were supposed to cancel George Zimmerman. What happened?
Yo, he out here.
Haven't been able to cancel him.
It's like, hey, bro, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, black people said Candace Owens is canceled. She's still out here getting speaking gigs.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Why do you think people are so quick to jump on that on social media or just in life? They want to cancel revolt. I feel like people are waking up every day looking at who do we cancel today? Why?
It's because people are entitled. I think it's because people are entitled, bro. Like, you hop on Twitter, you have the freedom to express whatever you want to express free of consequence because you know you ain't going to see them people in person and you know you don't have the audacity to pull up and see them when they come to your city. Like, so, like, there's an entitlement. I follow you. So I'm going to get the content information I want from you. And if I no longer want to see that anymore, I'm going to tell everybody I know not to listen to you. But the question I would have for the people that really want to get into cancel culture is, why do y'all believe that every human being is a monolith and agrees with you?
Yeah.
Like, there's no blackness is not a monolith. Whiteness is not a monolith. Like, LGBTQIA plus agenda is not a monolith. Everybody who fits in those spectrums doesn't feel the same way.
Yeah,
as everybody else.
So,
right.
So, yeah, it's like, come on, like, we're not this unanimously homogenous people. Like, Americans all don't like this. It's like, how you know that? Like, if that's the case, why the KKK still here? Like, what you talking about? Like, people like what they like, support what they support, and then the people who don't support those things feel entitled enough to think that they're powerful enough to cancel something.
Yeah.
When really, they ain't stopping nobody checks.
Now, have you ever experienced this, Jered, where you get into it with somebody online or somebody's getting into it with you or in the comments and they're really tough, right? They're tough behind the keyboard, right?
Yeah.
And then it pops up in real life. Now, all of a sudden, you're at a show and this person ends up being at the same event, being at the show, and they act totally different in real life. Has that happened to you before?
It hasn't happened to me. I know people that it has happened to, and therein is the dilemma. It's like there's a meme that it's like it's a meme it shows a keyboard that's like set up like a automatic rifle, and it's like, this is some of y'all weapon. And then it's like, because real talk, you're gonna learn who somebody is. I just feel like you need to be willing to conduct yourself with that same energy that you give off on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, talk spicy.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep that same energy when you see me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because I'm looking for the confrontation, because there have been people who have chirped on the internet to me, and they were like, yo, that's cool. I'm going to come to your city when y'all pull up here. And I'd be like, bet. Like,
I see
like
you there.
there's nothing to talk about. Like, I'm going to screenshot your face. And if you pull up, like, I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny.
Cause one, like there's some street in me that's like, you got to keep your head on the swivel. You really don't know. But it's also like, I want to see who's really about the energy that they on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I've had people I disagree with, and they didn't say something witty or classless on the internet and tried to come at me, and I said, hey, check this out, bro. Like, I'm like, I'm not doing this internet thing. Like, if you really got a problem,
I'm not a part of that.
Yeah, no. If you really got a problem, we'll be here at this time. Like, hey, if it's that, then let it be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause to me, I guess I come from a culture where you got to mean what you say.
Yeah.
So like, and I have to sometimes switch that switch off and be like, yo, if you want to be disrespectful, make sure that you keep all of that energy when I see you, though.
Yeah.
Because I can't assume, because I've seen, tough guys get knocked off for less because they didn't take people seriously. I have to take you seriously for everything that you say.
Yeah.
Like, so if you say you're going to do something, I fully expect you to do it.
Yeah.
So somebody tell me they're going to open hand slap me when I come to their city, I want to see it, and I have to assume that you're going to do it. Like, so
I've had somebody recently, a Christian DJ out of Vegas, recently threatened to kick my blankety blank all over social media. Right. I've called this dude up. I know him. Like, bro, we've known each other for a long time. Yeah, I ain't never liked you, blah, blah, blah.
That's your
you
fault.
you a clown. I'm like, I'm the clown, but you're 50-something, 58, acting like a kid on social media. But then when I call you up to talk man to man about it, you don't answer. When I text you, you don't answer. When I'm in your inbox, you don't answer. But in public, you're all over your comments acting crazy. You're all over other people's comments talking about how you're going to whoop me.
Yeah.
As a 57-year-old man, and then I'm calling you up to, hey, bro, obviously you got some hidden beef with me that I didn't know about.
Let's talk about it.
Or maybe some jealousy because I didn't let you get on my network when you asked to get on my network. But when I try to call you and talk man to man, you don't want to answer the phone.
So let me put this out here right now. I have openly called Jered Sanders a jerk several times, and I keep that same energy when we see each other.
In real life,
yeah.
And you call him a jerk because you're jealous of him.
Because I'm absolutely jealous. It's definitely not at all. But I'm saying, like,
I have to assume like that any threat on my life is 100% accurate.
As you should, though. As you should.
And I take every screenshot too when that happens.
Right.
I'm not worried, but I'm gonna take the screenshot.
No, and I'm just letting you know, like if I hear somebody issue a threat on my life and I see them in person, it's go time.
Yeah.
Like I'm not asking. Like I literally, like, I'm not the dude that's like, hey, so what's that? What you were saying on the internet? Like there is no talking, because I have to assume.
Yeah.
That
threat is real.
And that's smart, though.
That it's like, and so, like I've seen, dudes talk crazy on the internet, and then you be ready to pull up and they be, nah. I mean, it wasn't that though.
Yeah.
But imagine the one day that I say, oh, he ain't really on that.
And really
then,
on that.
Then I'm caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have to assume either one of two things. It's go time if I see you, or I just need to stay away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I got too much to lose. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's extremely smart.
And there's people know who you are and you don't know who they are when you see them in public, when you see them at shows. There's people that know everything about your life that you've never met before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in the public eye, even us doing the radio, people know who we are. And I get this all the time. I'll be at different events out here in Vegas or Cali, wherever we're at, and people will come up to me. I don't even know they watched the show, and they're telling us about a lot of our stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you never know when that person behind the keys could pop up anywhere.
Behind the keys.
Right. And I think the caveat, not to cut you off, like, I think the caveat, when you go to a GOM show, there's a certain fan base that they bring with them, right?
Yeah.
And there's a certain type of people that come. Like, yeah, you've got the suburban kids that want to hear real rap, but there are people that are legitimately dealing with real demons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're dealing with legitimate stuff. And so, like, this isn't just a physical thing. It is a spiritual thing. Like, people are literally coming to get something. You know what I'm saying? And so like, there has to be that careful balance between how you navigate it. Because there are people, some of them people, they high. Some of the people is, you know what I'm saying, in need of, you know, something from it. They came there because they was convicted. You seen it when you go to a show where 7 is there. It's a whole different type of crew of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're there because they're this close to going back to their old life. They might even still be in it, but they came because somebody invited them so that they could get something. So, like, there's a different layer to the process. So for me, it's like, hey, bro, I have to assume, especially on the West Coast, when people get to talking spicy, like, I have to assume, yo, that's what you want. Yeah. Like, I don't know who you affiliated with. I don't know none of that. So, hey.
And like you said, even if they're Christians, you can't just assume that they're walking that Christian life all the time. Because a lot of these Christians, you know, came from the gang life or whatever.
Yeah, straight up.
And, you know, a lot of people deal with mental health in all realms of the world. You don't know what someone's on that day. You don't know if they're having a schizophrenic episode.
At all.
So, and it happens a lot. I've seen it a lot. I've been, like you said, we've been to shows, you know, and I'm watching someone go up and apologize to the artist that they wanted to, you know, fight. You know what I'm saying?
Some people pop off online because it's funny.
And the thing is, that artist didn't even know that they felt that way.
At all.
They find that out after, you know, the show, after they gave that altar call, that this person came there for a certain agenda, and luckily God intervened and, you know, switch it all up.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, definitely wishing, you know what I'm saying, people who have those things within themselves to, like, kind of just get through it and get over it. Just because online hate, sometimes it isn't real. It's really fake. And they just do that, and they do change their energy once they see the person. But obviously just praying for the safety of the people who they do that to. Like, you got to take threats seriously. And it's smart for you to really be on some, all right, you said it. I don't know if you 100% of a person at all, so I'm going to take it 100% real, and I'll conduct myself in every situation as that situation comes, you know what I'm saying, at me.
Especially when you got a family and kids.
Yeah, they got time to play.
And, you know, you're the provider for a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't got time to play at all.
All right, no more gangsterism.
Yeah, we definitely locked up for a minute.
Let's put our gloves down now. Speaking of gloves, Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Does Roy Jones die in this fight, or?
That's so funny, yo.
Man, ain't nobody finna get hurt in that fight, man.
Wait, man. Listen, I just talked about people having schizophrenic episodes. Tyson could click anytime, bro. Tyson could click anytime. We don't know.
It's in the rules. They can't knock each other out.
It's in the rule. Wait, it's in the rules that you can't bite someone's ear. And Tyson said if he fought Holyfield again and got headbutted again, he would bite his ear again at the age of 50, whatever.
Yeah, but I think he was saying that on a...
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just, you know, I expect very little static in that fight.
Yeah, you gonna watch it?
Listen, it's an exhibition, right? It's only an exhibition. 35 years ago, there was an exhibition, and Apollo Creed died in the exhibition fight. If he dies, he dies. It was 35 years ago, so this is the 35-year anniversary. So that's why I'm a little scared that
exhibitions.
If he dies, he dies.
Listen, and then the director yelled, "Cut!"
Yeah, and Apollo got up and was like,
"Listen, we haven't seen Carl Weathers since then."
That's a tough one.
That's
we did. He was in Happy Gilmore.
I mean, he's in The Mandalorian too, but.
You gonna watch the fight?
Yeah, it's like, hey, bro, like, okay. I mean, they people like it because Tyson has done a really good job branding himself post-retirement.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
And so, like, he's really made a compelling case that he just might forget that he's in an exhibition fight, and he might really try to haul off and hook on Roy. But we got to remember, Tyson has way more ring rust than Roy Jones Jr. Like significantly.
Yeah,
more.
yeah, because he fought recently.
Like,
yeah.
we're talking Roy's fought within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson hasn't fought within the last 15 years.
It's been a while.
So legitimately, like, I don't know what Mike's punch resistance is. Like, I don't know. Like, all I know is that when he gets in there, after that first minute, I don't care how hard he trains. Listen, cardiovascular health over the long term does not happen in a 6 to 8 week training course. It doesn't happen. Like, so they might be able to get a couple off, but by that third round, they're going to look 50 plus.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to be holding, they're going to be infighting, it's going to be a couple jabs, the hook's going to look slow. Like, it's not going to be a good look. They're going to legitimately look like two old dudes in there fighting.
It's going to be holding each other.
But they might also have a little roid rage on one of them because Tyson, listen, man, he's more cut up than he was back in the day.
He looked good as an older dude. Like he's definitely
Tyson
in shape.
Was cut up back in the day and he was still getting knocked out.
It's true.
So, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as being cut, like, that muscles don't mean much when, you know, he out here still getting knocked out. Like,
You got to have the quickness with it.
that's all I'm saying. Like, Mike looks great beating up somebody that's not hitting back. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of boxers look great. Conor McGregor looked great punching somebody that wasn't hitting back.
Yeah.
And then he got hit. And it was like, oh, I'm in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now, Tyson's mentioned before that he thinks he could beat Deontay Wilder.
at this age?
At this
wild.
age.
That's
not
wild.
Is he just trying to sell fights, or does he really think that he could beat Deontay Wilder?
There's not a chance.
Nah, I
There's
think
not
so.
a chance. Like, we're talking about world-class boxers still.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was a world-class boxer.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't taken a punch by regular 10-ounce gloves in over 15 years.
Wild.
If Deontay Wilder catches him with a jab for the first time in 15 years, Mike is not going to respond the way he did when he was boxing actively. It's
Right.
not going to feel the same. Like, his brain is going to move a little bit more at 50 plus than it ever did.
Yeah, it's going to rattle on in there.
That's all I'm saying. It's like, okay, cool, because there's no airbags for your brain.
Yeah,
man.
that's real.
You get rocked. You get rocked.
So are you
That's
are you
it.
telling us we're watching a dangerous fight? We're about to see something actually dangerous?
Yeah, bro. Like, this is, like, I would be more inclined to think Logan Paul and Nate Robinson will be a better fight.
Wow.
Because if you've seen KSI and whatchamacallit, or is it Jake or Logan, whichever one.
I think it's
like,
Logan.
I'm sick of both the Pauls, by the way.
Right, but they were actually boxing. Like,
Yeah.
they were trying to knock each other out.
Yeah, and one of them Paul brothers trained with it's like a young Hispanic boxer, and he's a problem.
Yeah. And they got some skill. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like they don't know what
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they got skill, but Mike Tyson finna get Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, neither one of them gonna get knocked out, man. Like, I don't even think they're gonna be hurt.
It's not even that
but
long of
that's
a fight.
I'm not paying for it because I saw the rules and I'm like, I'm not paying for this fight.
Yeah.
But this
I'll watch an
Spence-
illegal stream though.
This Errol Spence and Danny Garcia though.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
Danny Garcia gonna get the brakes knocked off him, man.
Talk.
It's bad. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad. And the only reason I say that is, listen, I be boxing. Like, I be boxing. I understand. I study boxing all the time. I'm a boxing guy. So, you know, I light up like a Christmas tree when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Who's your favorite
So-
boxer right now?
Favorite active boxer? I like Errol, but I don't think I have a favorite. Like,
Okay.
I think there's ones that I like. Like, I think Lopez is dope. I like Tank. He's sloppy, but he's explosive.
Yeah.
He's like a little Mike Tyson.
And we're actually trying to work on getting Tank in the studio soon.
Yeah, like Tank. I like Tank, man.
Yeah.
I think he gives exciting fights. I like who else? I think that.
What do you think about Bud Crawford's last fight?
Trash. That is trash. Like they handpick, and this is the thing. This is an unpopular opinion, but I don't know why they do this. But they bring up Bud Crawford like he's still a prospect, and it kind of ticks me off. Like when you look at the pound for pound list, Bud Crawford's resume is the worst out of every pound for pound fighter in the top 10 right now.
But they say that's because those fighters aren't trying to come to him.
Why would they? Look at Bob Arum's business. Like why would they come over across the pond when they can make way more money on their side?
Yeah.
Like Bud to me, like I think, don't get me wrong, I think Bud is a very talented boxer. But the best name on his resume is who?
It might be the dude he just fought.
Yeah, Kell Brook was the best name,
Yeah.
but Kell Brook was a shot fighter.
Yeah.
And it's like, and if you notice, the first 3 rounds, you could have legitimately made an argument Kell Brook won all 3 of them rounds.
I think he did.
Right. And so if you could think that the issue with Kell Brook wasn't his talent, it was his punch resistance.
Yeah.
That's how you know a fighter is shot.
Yeah.
How do they respond when they get hit? And when he got hit with that little hook shot,
He was
the
out.
way he flopped to the ropes, I was like, oh, he's done.
He was in the center of the ring when he got hit, and he went through the ropes.
Right. And I was like, yo, he done. Like his mind was gone. But and when you see that, like a boxer who's in survival mode, and you see it with good boxers, when they're in survival mode, they tie up, they wrap up. They don't like duck and hide.
Yeah.
Like he was done. Like that eye probably got hit. You know what I'm saying? Where the little plates are at. And he was like, oh no, I got to get back home to my family, dog. Like, and that was it. So Kell Brook was the best fight name-wise that he had. But before that was the dude who Tank beat at 135. I forgot dude's name now. But that's it. Like, everybody talks about how Bud cleared out 140, but who he fight? Who he fight at 140? Ndongo? That's what we talking about? Hank Lundy? Like, those the people he beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so nah, like, his resume is not good enough to be top 10 pound for pound. And it actually looks like the fighters that are the best names on his resume look like step-up fights.
Yeah.
They don't look like legacy fights. Like Danny Garcia, his resume is probably the best.
Yeah.
Out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got Amir Khan when Amir Khan was Amir Khan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got Matisse when Matisse was Matisse. Keith Thurman in his prime. Sean Porter in his prime. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford? We get Gamboa? That's it?
The thing I do like about Top Rank, though, is, first of all, I'm trying to get media credentials, so I'm trying to be nice to them. But second of all, I like the fact that they've been putting a lot of, the free fights. And I think that's very good for the casual boxing fan to try to bring them back, because I think that's been an issue with boxing. You still don't see the best fighters fight each other because they're under different promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's been an issue for a long time, but I think you're starting to see it get a little bit better with that. And you're getting some top-name boxers that you could actually just watch on ESPN. And now I might buy your fights later on because now I get to see you with Lopez and Lomachenko. Like, that was a free fight. Like, what?
Yeah. But they stole that idea, though. PBC did that first.
Oh, of course. But with PBC doing that, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It caused that
yeah. I mean,
that domino effect.
Bud Crawford is gonna. I don't think he's ever gonna get the Errol Spence fight unless he makes some legitimate concessions. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Because he's talking about he wants to be the A side in 60-40 split.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you don't make any money off pay-per-views. Like, like Errol Spence, his last 3 pay-per-views, he's probably gonna do 300,000 pay-per-view buys. Bud Crawford's one pay-per-view was like 110,000 buys. Like,
and that's the problem that boxing fans and casual boxing fans have with Mayweather and Pacquiao, even though everybody watched it, we didn't get them at their best. If they would have fought, 3-4 years earlier, we would have saw the best two fighters fighting. And that's been the issue with boxing for a while. You just don't see the best fighting. That's why so many people are kind of drifting over to UFC, because UFC will put the best fighters against each other.
That's where UFC's advantage is. Like, they are the matchmakers.
Yeah.
There aren't like separate federations that hold different belts that require sanctioning fees. Like, it's like, it's one light heavyweight title.
Yeah.
It's one heavyweight title. So if you want to get that, you have to be ready for and qualified to get that fight.
Yeah.
Like, so I think they give the fans what they want, but their overhead is a lot lower though. Like, their main guys are not getting 40, 50 million to fight
at all.
Like, so except like
Conor's the only one getting paid in the UFC.
Yeah, and even then, like, when UFC sells a card, they sell the headliner, but they pack the undercard with great fights too, though.
Yeah.
So you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Whereas boxing is like, once you got the headliner, generally that's supposed to be the best fight on the card.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't anything below it that you're like, oh man, I got to get that pay-per-view for the undercard.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
But now we didn't segue. We didn't went from street talk. We didn't go to boxing. What's next?
We fight.
And real quick, we're gonna end our sports segment with this. Do the Lakers repeat? Because I feel like they just got so much better than they already were.
It's a lot of firepower.
It's over, man. Like, they messed up. Like, injury, sans injury. That's the only question. Injury.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But if they are healthy, they're better at the center position than they were last year. Because Marc Gasol in pick and roll with AD or LeBron or in the high post is going to be unfair.
It's a master.
Marc Gasol, everybody talk about Serge Ibaka and his block shots and all of that, right? But if you go look at the stats, Marc Gasol averaged more blocks than Serge Ibaka did last year. Those are facts. You can do research. Like, you can do the research. So to me, like, what the Lakers needed was rebounding and a post presence to discourage people attacking the rim.
Yeah.
Marc Gasol is going to do that. One, even if he's not going to jump up and block your shot, he's so big. It's just hard for you to get there.
He'll definitely redirect you for sure.
Well, I hate the people that were tripping out so much. Like, he's old. It's like, bro, we're not using him for. We didn't pick him up for a second or third option. He's going to play 20 minutes a game.
You picked him up. You picked him up to steady the offense.
Yeah.
That's what you did, because the center position for the Lakers last year, center and point guard outside of LeBron James were the positions of need for us.
Yeah.
Like, so AD filled the power forward position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? JaVale McGee, he was a center, but he was kind of like an accent piece who kind of
stood in there
a little bit. Yeah, he was just there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and as much as people championed what Rondo did in the playoffs last year, let's keep it honest. Before the bubble started, nobody thought he was going to do that.
Yeah. That's really what it is.
He was mediocre throughout the whole regular season.
I kind of looked at Marc Gasol as the same kind of pickup as Rondo, though. Like, when it was just like, we need veteran. We need that ability to be able to change. Obviously, it's a name. And then you just really picking up an all-star. Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dennis Schroeder, I think the key, I think bring him off the bench.
Yeah.
Like, I know people are talking about starting him, but I think we should come off the bench. I think you have LeBron run the point, and you do what we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
You have KCP run the de facto point guard by position. You have old boy who came from the Milwaukee Bucks, have him run like the 3.
Yeah, Wesley Matthews.
Yeah, or you have Wesley Matthews run the 2. You have LeBron run the de facto 3, but he's the point guard.
Yeah.
And then you AD and Marc Gasol. And your bench, you let that be Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, you got Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench, which were number 1 and 2 in Sixth Man of the Year award last year.
And they both
and you got Kuzma still, which he's saying he's going to play different this year. Hopefully he steps it up a little bit. But Lakers bench got really tough right now.
I'll tell you what, though, like, and this is an unpopular opinion. I honestly think Kyle Kuzma is better as a starter than a bench player.
I think he might be.
Because Kyle Kuzma is a rhythm player. And everybody who's ever come off the bench in the NBA knows it's hard to get in a rhythm. It takes a special type of player to kind of be locked in from the tip, right?
Yeah.
So to me, any game that you looked at this season where Kyle Kuzma started, he played significantly better.
Yeah.
But when he came off the bench, like he was spotty. You know, like if he was hot, if he wasn't, he wasn't. So maybe the Lakers start Kyle Kuzma and let Montrez and Dennis play pick and roll off the bench next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a foreign concept, and I don't think that's an unfair thing to ask.
He said next year, but preseason starts in a week and a half.
Like real quick.
Well, this season.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy though? Because the season just ended.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to have a parade.
Nah.
And now the new season's already here. So it's like you get drafted into the NBA, you got to play in a month.
Hey, money talks, bro. Like, because the NBA was like, yo, we're going to lose a lot of money.
They had to.
Start.
Yeah.
Like,
they had to.
And they knew that when they came back to the bubble.
Yeah.
They knew. Like, we learned. You know what I'm saying? That, they got to start really fast. Them players knew when they agreed to the bubble what was coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No time.
All right, real quick. Fearless, we have Brittany Salisbury in the studio on Tuesday, and she got a Black Friday sale. Listen, she got some dope attire, fearlessattire.com. She got 20% off the entire store for the Fearless apparel, hats, T-shirts. She got hoodies in there and everything. Make sure you guys go check it out, fearlessattire.com. James is actually wearing one of the hats right now.
Super
cool little photo shoot. I mean, look, she's in the studio in these pictures, so shout out to her, doing her thing with Fearless. 2 Timothy 1:7. I want you guys to go read it. We could quote that for you, but you guys need to go read it. That's what her attire, the company is based off of. So make sure you check it out. She's had dope gear. They've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
A very consistent brand and good quality hats. And it's not, he didn't get paid to do this, but James is wearing the hat right now.
First of all,
He
bought
bought
this
the
hat. I bought this hat.
In
I saw it,
his
was like,
Uber.
Yeah. No, I bought it in my Uber.
How do you like the hat?
Nah, it's super comfortable. Great look. I think, the melanin is popping through this, contrast and everything. So it's really comfortable. Made very well. Hold on, I'll show you. Made very well. You know what I'm saying? It's not like got the little green bill at the bottom.
Where's it made?
Made in China.
I was hoping just so you could say it like that.
Absolutely.
Wow.
But nah, it's I love it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brittany. You have a really, really great brand. And some very popular verse. You guys can go ahead and read it. I was about to give it away, but
don't give it away. And it was dope having her in the studio. She was live in the studio on Tuesday. If you guys missed that, make sure you check it out. She critiqued music with us and videos. And we had Mr. Ant Davis. Check him out. He's a comedian on Instagram. He's
Facebook,
he's a comedian
man.
in general. He's not just a comedian on Instagram, but that's where he's popping the most.
He only goes live
Instagram,
on IG.
Facebook. He has over 100,000 on all his social media
man.
pages. So I didn't know who he was. James did. He almost fainted when he walked in the room.
Yo, you keep telling these lies, bro.
I wish I had the cameras rolling when you walked in. And
I was
you
just like,
looked at
yo, word, bet. And you hear, and that's what it is.
It was a little different. It was a little different than that. James was fanboying, but trying to hold it back.
Oh, man.
But I saw it. I saw it in his eyes.
Lying, yo. But whatever. I like the
But
narrative.
it was random. I didn't know who he was. Brittany's like, my friend's coming. He's a Christian comedian. I'm like, okay, most Christian comedians aren't funny.
Here's what we do.
But
You
I
guys
did
go
check
back
out,
and watch the
but
show.
I did check out some of his stuff.
We'll preach the video.
And he was, he's funny. He's a funny dude. So make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, with the glasses.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying I knew who he was, and now I'm fanboying out or whatever the case is.
I mean, because he wasn't expecting him to be in his seat. So he walked in
Not
like,
at all.
oh, my gosh, I know you from Instagram.
Yo, I did not put on the
He
screech voice.
did. His voice tone went up, Jered.
Yo, y'all make sure y'all go back and watch the
Jered,
clip.
No, we weren't live yet.
We definitely was.
You weren't on camera.
I wasn't on camera, but I'm sure they heard me.
They couldn't see you.
But they can
Jered,
hear me.
who do you believe, me or James?
All right, whatever.
I've never called you a jerk.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
He said I never called you. Don't use that. Jered, man, super huge fan. I'll probably. I wouldn't geek off on Jered.
Are you ready
anymore.
for?
I'm absolutely yeah.
Okay.
So man, we have this segment in our show, man. I think you've probably lived through it once before, but we're gonna get into an episode of Games with James. You ready for this?
Okay.
right. Jered Sanders, welcome to the show. Huge fan of you. Great guy. Pretty cool.
Now he's a great guy.
Yeah, because he's in my face right now. I got to change the sequence. But no, so we talked a lot about favorites, man. We're going to play a game called Favorites, My Favorites. Really, really rapid fire, man. So quick favorites. I'm going to give you a topic, and you just tell me what your favorite in that topic is.
Are we all playing?
Yeah, we can all play.
Okay.
If you want to play.
Yeah, I want to play.
I bet. So, well, this first question doesn't apply to you then.
Okay.
All right, so, because we know the answer anyway. Jered Sanders, what is your favorite meal that your wife makes?
That she makes lasagna.
Lasagna's fire.
How you already know my answer?
All right, so what is your favorite meal that Jered's wife makes?
Her lasagna. Her lasagna. Yeah.
Lasagna's across the board is fire. My wife makes nachos, and they are crazy. All right, what is your favorite holiday?
4th of July.
4th. Big explosions. Quan?
Wow. You might get canceled for saying that.
Why?
I always see black people getting canceled for celebrating 4th of July.
Right, he should have said Juneteenth. He's not in there.
It's not, because it's the day before my birthday.
Hey.
See, there you go. I like that. Clean it up. What about you, Quan?
Are you one of those people that drops your Cash App on your birthday?
Nah, but I probably should, though. 2020 been kind of tight. You know what I'm saying?
So this year, make sure you check out Jered Sanders' Cash App. My favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday!
I felt like he was going to say that.
Every week, man. I celebrate every week. Yeah. Taco Tuesday.
New Year's
and shout out Brittany Salisbury actually brought me tacos. Almost put a ring on her finger right there, man. If a woman brings you tacos, fellas.
Oh, you out west, so, man, you already got the good tacos.
The
best kind.
Man. Listen, when you come back out here, I got some taco trucks to take you to.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, Nevada stepped up on the taco trucks. I'm from Cali, and like you can beat tacos in California.
Because all the Cali people know it's too expensive to keep doing business in Cali.
Yeah, so they came out here,
got in their taco truck, and drove 4 hours to Vegas and parked on Charleston.
Definitely stepped their game up. All right, we talked about boxing a little earlier. Who's your favorite boxer ever?
Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Okay, I like that. You?
Roy Jones and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, I'm going with Roy Jones. Roy Jones for the non-technical knockout. That's going to happen.
But I want to see Tyson kind of put him to sleep.
I definitely think Tyson is going to do well. And I didn't say New Year's Eve was mine. Favorite Bible book?
Bible book. I've never heard of I always see your favorite book in the Bible, not favorite Bible book.
Yeah, the Bible book.
I know, that just sounded different.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Proverbs.
Proverbs.
Okay. Mine is James, the 59th book in the Bible, which Quan 5'9", the 59th book.
I like that. I appreciate the, love, just the name recognition. I'm going with Matthew, for sure. Okay. Your favorite online preacher?
Oh. They're all of the way.
Either Tony Evans or Francis Chan.
Okay.
False prophets.
Wow.
I don't know.
Fired.
I just every time you put up a video of anybody, you have people in your comments.
All
He's a false teacher. I saw something on Francis Chan. She was going off on why he was a false teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was gonna say Paula White, but go ahead. What was you?
Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen. I bet. False preacher. No.
I don't like any. I don't watch. I watch my pastor.
No.
Pastor Danny Hand from Celebration Church, which they changed the name of the church to something else. But Pastor Danny Hand, what's up, bro?
I'm gonna go Mike Todd. All right. Favorite NBA moment?
Wow.
Kobe Bryant buzzer beater, Game 4, Phoenix Suns.
Woo, bro, nice. I was going crazy because that was 2 buzzer beaters. Oh man, I have so many. That's hard.
It's tough.
I'm gonna have to say when Magic Johnson died, but then came back for the All-Star game.
All-Star game was crazy.
Because I thought he was dead, and then he came back.
You didn't think he was dead? You thought he was dead?
I mean, everyone thought he was. When he came out with it, yeah, we thought he was done in a month or two.
We thought he was going to die.
We thought he was giving his death speech, and then he came back and played basketball. But that's hard because that Kobe game, the Ori shot, the Robert Ori shot. I was so hyped. I grabbed a Sharpie and wrote a number 5 on my chest.
Yikes!
It was weird.
Yeah. You said you had a second one though?
Yeah, it'll probably be Game 6, Heat Spurs, Ray Allen, corner 3.
Wow.
Because they were bringing out the tape, bro.
It was done.
over, dog.
Yeah.
I was texting people like, I can't believe the Spurs beat the Heat. Yo,
I like how both like those moments, like with Ori and even Ray Allen, like it just like rebound, just like long rebounds, and then
but the game was over, bro. They were polishing the trophy.
They were
and taking it off the court.
That was big.
It was over.
Yeah.
Brawl. For me, Ron Artest going into the brawl, going into
the Malice in the Palace.
The Malice in the Palace, bro, was crazy.
I was doing the studio session that night, so there was like 10 people in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm over here engineering. The TV's on the other side of me. Dudes in the booth. We hear all this commotion, and we're like, what is going on? We stop the tape, stop recording, and go in there. And that was a crazy night.
After the fight on the court, and then he go lay down, and then that beard he was all gold.
And then that chubby white kid tried to come in on the court, and Jermaine O'Neal put him out.
He got money, too. I think he got money.
Oh, they all got paid.
They got paid. All right, favorite, we just had Thanksgiving. Favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Fried turkey.
Fried turkey.
Fried turkey is bomb.
Yeah. I had smoked turkey yesterday, and I think it kind of bodied fried turkey. Like, I feel like, it was.
Oh, no.
It was fire. It was fire. Mac and cheese. I'm going with it. So for Jered,
you just skipped me all the way.
No, you just said fried turkey.
I didn't.
No,
I was.
Oh, you were agreeing.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I love sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
I love
Not yams.
Sweet potatoes.
Got you. Okay.
And yams.
Tomato.
Mix them together.
All right, cool. Jered, what's your favorite mixtape beat that you've been on?
Oh. Now this is a beat you just wish it was your beat.
Yeah, like
you wish they made it for you.
So mad that
you're mad that it was a mixtape beat.
Probably I forgot whose beat it is. Like I did Bobby Boucher on the Black Friday 2 project. I can't remember. I think it was a Drake joint. But like that joint was hard.
It's so funny. I can't remember the name of the song, but I'll let you answer.
Yeah. My favorite mixtape beat.
That Jered Sands.
Oh, I thought that you meant that I was.
That you was on.
Mine was Onyx Last Days.
Okay.
That was way back in the day.
If we going for one, 30 for 30. Drake. Yeah, for me. But I like the Kodak. Not Kodak. It was a Cardi B joint that you did.
December 19th?
Yeah. That was crazy. All right. What's your favorite song ever?
Wow.
Ever. Not that you were on, just ever.
My favorite song ever. What's Going On, Marvin Gaye.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not answering. It's too hard.
It's hard to narrow it down?
Yeah. The favorite song ever?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's either that or Want You to Want Me.
Want You to Want Me. Who's that? I know the title, but
I think that's what.
Oh yeah. And I Want You to Want that one.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
It's the same album.
Yeah. It's classic, bro. That's soulful right there.
What's your favorite? I'm thinking.
Kirk Franklin, The Appeal.
Oh, he went Christian on us.
No, I mean, it's my favorite song. It don't matter.
His pastor's watching, Jered.
Not even. I don't even think that she will watch.
Wow.
It's just not her show.
I don't know. I got so many Michael Jackson songs that are my go-tos.
But you would narrow it down to a Mike song.
Human Nature.
Human Nature's fire.
There's so many. Man in the Mirror.
My favorite Michael Jackson song is Heaven Can Wait.
He's so spiritual.
Bro, that is not a song about God at all. It's just the name of the song.
Jered.
All right, last question. What is your favorite Jered Sanders lyric?
Oh, man.
That when you wrote it, you was like, ugh, who is this? Why would God choose me for this craziness?
You were like, I'm going to sign God over money to my label.
Exactly.
Okay, one of them that comes to mind. I got, this is not trying to puff up. Like I got a lot.
No, this is my question. It's not yours. So you in the clear.
Um, um, I think I said Lil Cuz sitting in 5'2", the homie thinking God crippin' cause the sky blue. It's wild how he selling dimes, but he penny pinching. That's why he carry the deuce like Tricky Nixon.
Daddy, I just saw you
Like
today.
Yeah,
when
that's
I heard,
crazy.
I said that I was like, that's when I was like, yo, I'm nice. like
You was sold on yourself or on the ability.
Straight up, I said, oh, I'm nice.
Now,
But I like one on Black Friday 3 too. Like, use your pupils and never slip up. But that's a cold bar if your mind's lit up. Cause think again, homie, pupils backward is really slip up. Like I said, oh.
I always
Maybe-
wonder that about artists, man. Like when you write and you're one of those people who are very, very lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Like lyricism is something like when you get it, it hits you first. It's like being a preacher. Like this word spoke to me first. Like this bar, I thought it was crazy before you even thought
that's
you.
when I knew it was time to make the mixtape.
Yeah.
Said pupils backward is slip up. I said, uh-oh.
have you ever wrote anything and then you're listening back to it, and you're like, what did I mean when I wrote that?
Sure. I think, well, especially when I was being on the secular side, like, I think I said a line, and I meant to say Parrot Bay, but I said Pelican Bay.
You was like, yo, what?
Yeah, and I was like, I thought it sounded so legit. Like
You
right
didn't
then
catch
and there.
you didn't catch it until later.
Yeah, but then I went on Google, and there is a drink company called Pelican Bay. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm safe. But when I played it back, I was like, what? Like
I did that before. I said time cold and I meant time zone. But cold rhymed, and so I just went with it. It was like whatever. Nobody's gonna call me on it until I call myself on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what happens. Like
I
done
hate
that.
when I have somebody in the car and they're just rapping to the song or singing to the song,
Yeah.
and they just sing a lyric that's not there.
But we all have those moments though. We all
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
those
but
moments, bro. I'm gonna sing the song. I don't know what
I'm
they
not
saying right now.
gonna be that brave about it though, because they're singing it like they think it's that lyric.
Yeah.
yeah.
What I say earlier, I thought
If I don't know, I'm gonna mumble it.
I thought abomatomically was one word,
Oh yeah, you did say
bro, for years.
a
But
bump.
that's the thing. Like it's like that's okay because it's not your song. Like
When it's your
he
song.
wrote- like you're saying, like if it's your song and you're doing that, then I can see why the condemnation would come.
Oh, of
But
course,
like,
yeah.
not really yours.
Yeah.
So you're like you like emotionally invested in the song, but it's not yours. So it's like I can mess it up. It's okay. They'll forgive me. Like, but yeah. So nah, those people you just gotta give them grace, Quan. Man.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite bars for me is least I'm just winging it fast like a hummingbird. Like, cause the lead up to it was crazy. Like I just don't know how I'm doing this. I'm just winging it fast like a hummingbird.
Wow.
It's clever.
All right, Black Friday Mamba mentality. Black
clever.
Friday 3 Mamba mentality is out now.
Good.
Jered, where can we get this project? Because we can't find it right now. Where can you find Black Friday 3?
Good question.
The GOM Plus app. GOM Plus application is where you can get Black Friday
Okay.
3. Not Spotify or Tidal or Apple Music or SoundCloud or none of that. The GOM Plus app.
If you guys DM me, I will give it to you for $40.
You know, I mean, what's crazy is the blessing in it. I should have just went on ahead and threw my Cash App on my Instagram because people been asking me how do they pay me for it.
Hey, listen.
But,
Listen, you got a platform right now. Let everybody know your Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App, Hope is Dope LLC. Cash App, Hope is Dope LLC. Cash App. If you want to pay, you want to support, you want to sew in, I go ahead and take the wife on a date, take the kids out to, well, I can't take them out because, there's COVID. But, the point is, if you want to sew.
I'm sending something to you, bro.
But do it. I mean, support the artists you guys love. They got Cash Apps. You can hit them up. Everyone has a Cash App or something these days. So if you guys have people you want to support,
Yep.
go and do it, man. If they have a free project they're dropping, that doesn't mean you don't need, you can't pay them. If you want to give them money, hook them up, man. Help support these artists, especially if you're doing good. The artists, they make money or they're living off of doing shows, doing events,
Yep.
going out there selling merch. They can't do that right now. So we need you guys to help support the artists. Check out Jered Sanders. Get some Hope is Dope gear. Let us know where you can find the Hope is Dope gear. Every time I wear the shirt, Jered, people love it. I wear it at UFC Media Day, and I think I hit you up on this because I had a lot of people asking me about it. So
Yeah,
we might be able to get some of these UFC fighters into these Hope is Dope shirts.
Hey man, one of these days I'm gonna just start throwing them down there to these people. Like, hey, wear this. Cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
HopeIsDopeClothing.com. HopeIsDopeClothing.com. HopeIsDopeClothing.com.
There you go, man.
I love it.
Get all this. The GOM Plus app. So it's like Disney Plus, but it's just like Bizzle and Dayton and Jered Sanders as Disney characters.
As Disney characters.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely the innocent comedic one, and they're probably the villains. So
I like that. I like that. Keep stirring up that GOM hate. I love it.
What's next for GOM? Who's dropping next?
me.
Okay. Early next year? Early 2021?
No, I know that the next retail release from GOM, I can't say who, but I know it's coming.
It's Bizzle.
The free release is definitely me.
Okay.
And then there's more.
And then there's more. Come on with that infomercial. But wait.
There's more.
Another one.
And another one. And Dayton just dropped a project with
he
Marty.
Yeah.
I won't lie, I have not even listened to it yet. And I need to.
It's not what you think.
Okay.
It's different?
It's not what you expect from Marty.
Ah.
See, I don't know Marty's production, so I'm not even sure what I would expect from Marty.
Whatever you think Marty's music sounds like as an artist,
Like a circus.
it's not that.
Like the mirrors, when you go in the mirrors and you're like different shapes, that's kind of high.
The Hall of Mirrors?
The Hall of Mirrors.
Yeah, it's not that.
So it's not that. Okay.
Nah, it's gonna
Yeah, I
be dope.
definitely got to check that out. And I know I'm going to try to get Dayton on to be able to talk about that too.
Word.
But that's dope, man. Listen, man, Jered Sanders, Black Friday 3 is out now. Hope is dope. He got clothing everywhere. Make sure you guys go check that out. Bro, I appreciate the convo. I appreciate you spending 2 hours with us on a Friday evening.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't expect this to be a 2-hour conversation. I don't know what you guys did.
Hey, man, nah, it's good, man. We got a chance to talk about other things than music. That kind of gets boring after a while.
I feel you, man. I can't wait till everything opens back up, man. We can get you out here to Vegas.
Yes, sir.
We might even fly you out here, bro, for a virtual concert because we're trying to do some virtual concerts at the beginning of the year in the studio. So I'm going to hit you up on that, man.
For sure.
Because we definitely need to get you out here again, get you some real tacos.
Some real talk.
We appreciate it, man. We're going to end the show with, this is one of my favorite songs off Black Friday 3. I Don't Know. Talk to us about this track, man. And we're going to get into that to end the show.
Yeah, I mean, it was just reflection on the year, man. Like, I mean, every now and again, I just create records where I get a chance to, be as practical as I can and honest and transparent. And I just had an opportunity. I heard a beat that I really liked and was like, let's talk about the year.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. This is I Don't Know. Jered Sanders. Black Friday 3 is out now. Make sure you guys go get it on the GOM Plus app. So download that in your app store and go to Hope is Dope Clothing. Hope is Dope Clothing.com to get some dope gear. And listen, man, I'm very picky when people give me t-shirts or when I buy a t-shirt from somebody. But it's dope t-shirt quality. Like the one I got is really dope. I've washed it multiple times and it does not chip. It doesn't, you don't get, it's good quality gear. And I'm very picky because I've had some people give me some Gildans that shrink up and, get crazy. So I appreciate you having dope gear and dope quality, not trying to sell the people junk.
For sure.
Jered, any last shout outs you want to give before we drop this track?
Shout out to the wife and kids for letting me do this interview. Because as you saw, they tried to, really tried to break in and knock some things down like Wreck-It Ralph. So thank them. Thank you for everybody who checked out or is currently checking out Black Friday 3. All the people running the numbers up, man. I appreciate all of y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is I don't know.
Thank y'all for the opportunity to
of course, man.
interview, bro.
You
We
already
appreciate
know,
it, man. We love having the conversations with you.
Yes, sir.
And can't wait to get you back to Vegas, man. So we'll try to
For
make that
sure.
happen.
For sure.
This is Jered Sanders. I don't know. Black Friday 3 Mamba mentality right here. Speak Life Radio, GorillaCross.com. We're out.
Yeah. See, me and God been at an uncomfortable impasse. I used to want to run to him like gym class. Lately, I've been focused on the body like a gym rat. Skipping on the body I can impact. Doing it out of duty and not out of love for all the sheep. But when you tired from all the work, you fall asleep at the wheel. And when you need them to heal, it's sort of bleak. It was better when I was quick to listen and slow to speak. Man, I was prepping on a Sunday morning. The church did a webcast and a worship performance. COVID got us all chilling at the crib for the moment on the real, but a brother be missing them organs. Yeah, the cover, the body, the usher, that's not what I'm used to. The hug in the lobby, the feeling, it's not even mutual. Stop me on the rail if something isn't true, y'all. Probably chop about it on a Zoom call. Skipping them debates, cause I know they probably missing intelligence. Twitter feed tripping, only giving embellishment. Braun bought a title to the city of the angels, and Mike fans telling them the win is irrelevant. Truth probably chilling in the middle of the topic, and both sides tripping on the silly debate. Cause on the real they solidified, living in the gentrified area. We tripping and spinning in place. The internet, the new Pornhub, the fetish we get is about a Russia probe, or maybe a Confederate diss. Black lives matter, the Rona, incredible risk. It's either that or just a federal myth. The news tell us how the world stand with us, and they rockin' in the streets. Then it bubble over, now they got us popping at police. But you got voting, I don't see an option in the least. Then we stuck at home, numbers skyrocket every week. But I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know. For real, homie, I don't know. The real talk, I just had to jot it down, cause what's happening around, I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know. Real homie, I don't know. A real talk, it's a crazy little world for the boys and the girls, I don't know. Man, I ain't never won an underground crown. 6 months grind hard, half 100 pounds down. Same 24 as Beyonce. Same time to dream bigger dreams till it's all like Kanye. It's double back, catch the whole entendre. Cause Ye got a farm on the west that's grande. And plus he doubled up when he met my padre in the kick game. Hold up, I heard a hater talking. Yo, I don't care who your favorite rapper is. No disrespect, but if you ain't getting a check from the homie, you more like Trey, whiffing and swinging at your crib. Newsflash, selling a record ain't all that rapping is. Yeah, I wasn't trying to clip your hero. I try and make a scene like De Niro. You try and say I'm mean, like we on a different team in the ego. I should've got a foul and he should've got the free throws. Look, I said what I said, let's bury the dead. This wasn't for cred, and clearly, dog, it wasn't for bread. Cause if it was, then I probably should've puffed up his head instead of Twitter fingers looking like I'm jumping the ledge for real. I love the homie, ain't a desi that I'm sparking. He the GOAT, but the haters kinda heavy when you talking. With y'all smoke, y'all choke. You Reggie, then you coughing, but my smoke is Reggie in the garden. But I don't know, yeah. When I say God over money, I'm not broke. Dust in the wind till the time that God spoke. It's a cold winter, I've been gripping my coat. Shot the fog raw, homie, it's in him that I boast. He the lamb with the blood in his cap, in his mug, and his facts. Took a plug, whip his back for the thugs. Took a strap with a shrug to the max. Said it's finished and it's written, tell the bros to relax, I'm him. And homie, death got a limit, check the fine print. Flesh gotta kill it in the ending, I'ma die rich. Blessed, I'm a witness, I'm a fly prince. Bridegroom checking on his wife, not a side chick. Cause on the real, They put him on the tee for the sign out. Then he told Mary never weep. What's the crime about? Homie had a leak from the side, but in 3 he'd arrive. So for real, dog, the T just a timeout. A brother 50 pounds down, still hungry though. Southside bread, but the cred from the country, bro. And mixed grits with the eggs when the money low. Circa 85 and it's God over money though. Yeah.